Anybody want to bore me? I mean, we've got Don't Make Us Bored on Tuesday, but that's besides the point. You know what? Whatever. I'm not going to be bored. I'm going to go and reveal a video game for you, and you can all just sit back and watch. Okay? We've got somebody who will probably be the vitamin E in my life today. Please welcome on in Tristan. Yeah, has nothing to do with the letter E. You don't even have an E in your name, Tristan. What's up with that?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, that's fine. You know what? I do know. Hey, yeah, you got a video game for me. Actually, I feel like this game actually has a lot to do with vitamins.
It probably does. I discovered this game that I got really excited about giving out in a genre that we don't see in Kusog7ande very often, so I did a bunch of prep work and a bunch of notes on the developer and the game design and all this great stuff, and I was all excited and ready to go. And then Flynn vetoed it, so I gave them Kung Food.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know you gave them Kung Food. Trust me. Look at this ugly... I can't say those words on stream. This dude. The Jolly Green Giant. Yeah. He's punching some food. This is what we get for an hour. Kung Food. Honestly, this game is a punishment for humanity. Okay, when it was unleashed upon the world, they couldn't contain it. It just got stuck out there. So we get to watch it here. By the way, I have a very serious flashing warning for everybody. If you don't like flashing lights, or especially if you don't like to have seizures because you have seizures to flashing lights, this is not the stream for you today. Just so you know, Atari loves flashing lights. Like every single Atari game in the world, it's like, oh my gosh, let's do it. Let's just flash everybody.
In my defense, I had a method in mind to not have the flashing component on screen.
No, there are other flashing components in the game. Tristan. This is Kung Food.
It is Kung Food. It's kind of regrettable that it is, but here we are. This is what happens when you veto the game I'm really excited about giving out.
Yeah, Kung Food, what I really love about this game, by the way, is that, like, for about the first half hour, I'm like, this isn't the most exciting game. And then the last half hour of the match, I'm like, this is so much fun because of all the crap that shows up. It becomes very difficult very quickly.
Yes. I believe the last time we had this game in Kusog7ande, everyone got stuck at about the same place.
Yeah.
Because the game just gets rubbish very quickly.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe some of these vegetables are so bad, they belong in the rubbish bin. Actually, I'm pretty sure all of the food in this game belongs there. Ugh. Like the main character, he looks like gross. Yeah, that's what I just said.
He looks like like Bruce Campbell in the Hulk had some weird abomination baby.
Every baby is beautiful. JK, I really can't say that. I have seen very ugly babies. Oh my gosh. That's possibly a story for another time because I've already told it like 50 times on stream before. But yeah, ugly babies, they exist, they're valid, whatever. I hope they're valid. What am I gonna do? Just run around and be like, hey, babies, you're done. Get out of here. Get out of here, stupid ugly babies. You're right, though, that the main character looks like somebody at least did a little DNA splicing, you know, probably under the table, genetic work. Under the table gene works? I don't know. I don't know if you can do that. Like,
not in 42 states, you can't.
Wait, you can in 8? Ooh, beautiful. Or, I mean, I could go, like, buy an island. That's why there's so many mad scientists on islands. Oh my gosh. Who's gonna police them? Nobody. It's their island. They own it. It's in international waters. You're just not going to be able to deal with it. My belief is that the science man who made these foods was living his happy life out on an island doing terrible, terrible experiments, and it got out of control. And there we go. That is this game. Let me see.
I'm pretty sure that's the story of the design of the game. Just like some mad scientist somewhere was making a game and it got completely out of control.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get someone to stream because I don't see it. They claim that they're streaming. They're not streaming. How am I supposed to capture them if they're not streaming? They thought they were streaming. They don't know why it's not live. Okay. Now it's live. Oh, so everybody, fun story. If you stream to an art website instead of Twitch, and I'm trying to capture you from Twitch, it's not gonna work. I'm glad that we have artists, though. Artists have joined Kusog7ande. We've got a wide variety of people here, and it's always a lot of fun to see what they can do. A lot of new timers, a lot of classic Kusog7ande players. I'm just all for it. Yeah, I think I'm just about captured as well. Let me go ahead and make sure that we have some good audio. And by good audio, I mean hopefully better than the graphics audio. I don't recall the audio being... I recall it being very Atari, and that's about it. Yeah, so Tris,
that's about right.
I gotta ask, are you playing any exciting... Oh, this is not good. Okay, this is very Atari. This is like the most Atari music in existence. But yeah, have you been playing any fun games or any games or anything?
For the most part, a large chunk of my free time went into like 4 projects all showing up at once, one of them being BBG. And
yeah.
Now that all that is over, I'm going to go back to some stuff, but I don't entirely know what yet.
Yeah, BBG was so much fun. Did you... I know that you work a lot behind the scenes with it. Did you run a game at BBG this year?
I don't know if you can say run. I did a showcase of Straight Baseball Life.
Oh, yeah, that was one of my favorites. I watched that, and I also watched some of the Japanese restream, and they loved it, okay? They were having an absolute blast with it. Tristan did indeed become a baseball. It is true. And
it's been known to happen.
I have become a baseball as well. I think.
Are you good at milk?
Depends on the milk. Like, here's the deal. I'm not what you would call a milk drinker these days. Especially since that's like one of my favorite insults out there. Hey, milk drinker.
I am a little amused that we have the game on screen now, and a bunch of my friends who watch the stream are now sending me DMs going, why the heck did you give this out? Who insulted you?
You know what, Tristan? Yeah, actually, having this come out in round 2, I feel like this game is a bit of a heavy hitter, but it's also a known quantity. Like, I know how hard this is gonna hurt. I think I've played an hour of Kung Fu as well. Like, I'm not unversed in this game.
Well, I'd like to put yourself in my position here. You discover a game you really, really want to give out and you're excited for it, and then someone has the temerity to veto it. What would you do?
You know what? I would probably go to the list of games that have been given out in Kusog7ande before, find something that I like, and give it out.
We are not the same, clearly.
That's exactly what you did. We are the same. We are the world. We are children. Some of us are more children than others. Yeah, I'm looking at you, little baby Joe, huh? Freaking baby Joe sitting there in the corner. Wah, 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 little baby. But, honestly, yeah, there's some games that I'm like, I could watch this 1,000,000 times and I'll be happy. But with that said, the streamers are ready for the race. We're gonna do the countdown. Everybody get all of your food emotes and spam those. Also, if you have anything that is harsh on the eyes, feel free to spam those emotes. Remember, as soon as we start, there will be flashing, okay? I have warned you once, twice, 3 times, a lady, and a lady. So be warned. Spam your food now. Spam your food emotes. I need to see the delicious foods.
It's funny you say that you could watch this 1,000,000 times and be happy, because I'm pretty sure the last time we had it on Kusog7ande, you said the music gave you a migraine.
Oh, that sounds about right, yeah. I mean, it is very Atari. And here we go, everybody. Honestly, even with... Here's the deal. I think that while the color bar for the health is a little bit bad, it still is relatively small. There will be some larger flashing during the game, so if you do have any sensitivity and this isn't affecting you, I still want you to know it will get worse from time to time.
In general, the game will get worse.
Yeah.
So anyone who hasn't seen this before, it's a pretty basic beat 'em up. You are strange Bruce Campbell, Hulk Broccoli dude, and all of the produce has gone bad, and that's basically the entire game.
Bad produce, bad. By the way, Flynn Church is having some fun internet issues. Don't worry about it, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and have a slideshow from Flynn Church, but otherwise it's fine.
That shouldn't really interfere with tracking all that much.
Don't you love that when the game is so bad that having the game pause, like, and show a frame for 5 seconds, you still know how far they are in the level? Welcome to Kung Food.
It's a particularly telling frame.
It is. Look, I think that's a ginger root.
Dolores Fred is being attacked by peas.
Oh no! Whenever I think of peas and carrots at the same time, I think of one of the All That sketches. Yeah, I was a degenerate back in the 90s/early 2000s. I watched All That on Nickelodeon. It's one of the worst sketch shows that's ever existed, and just when Keenan and Kel showed up, those two were great, and there was a whole thing about lunch ladies, and one of them always served peas and got angry at the students who didn't want peas, and then there was a new lunch lady who gave out carrots, and they're like, nope. They had this war between the carrots and the peas. Yeah.
You know, saying that All That is one of the worst, like, skit shows in history, them's fighting words. Can you end up a contestant on your own show just because I'm, like, mad at you for not liking All That?
Sure. No, I've gone back and watched some. It really wasn't any good until Amanda showed up. I gotta be honest, okay? Amanda Bynes showed up, bam, revolutionized the show. Like, there are a handful of things that are great, like chocolate. That stuff's good. But actually, okay, I would still rather watch All That than Little Britain. Little Britain is definitive. Like, that's the bottom of the barrel. Literally the worst television show that has ever been made. Yeah, all that is better than Little Britain.
Pixel Crimes is getting close to the first game over of the match. Just so everyone knows, this is an Atari Lynx game, which means you typically get no continues, and when you game over, you either get dumped to the title screen or the game soft locks and you have to reset the console.
Okay. You know what? Somebody is saying that peas on their own aren't great. I would say that fresh, uncooked peas, raw peas, taste fantastic. The biggest problem, though, is that my mouth itches if I eat raw peas, so I don't really eat too many of them. If they're cooked, it's a lot better. I don't really love the flavor, but I don't mind. They're like the neutral territory when it comes to vegetables. They're just... Game over. No Pixel Crimes! Ah, your bones! So wait. What even is the story in this game? What the crap is going on?
As I understand the story, you are some scientist who was doing weird genetic manipulation stuff, and there was an accident, and you got like crossbred with broccoli or something, and then all your vegetables went bad, and now you have to fight them.
Okay, makes sense. Oh, people are saying that the game may be worse than Little Britain. I don't know. I'd rather play this than watch Little Britain. I gotta be honest.
It looks like Flynn's stream has completely pined for the fjords, so I think we're gonna have to review a local recording of their stream if they don't, if they can't find a way to fix it. That's fine though.
Yep, Flynn is doing a local recording.
Why is this game starring the Jolly Green Giant? I don't know.
I just find it weird that, like... No, I guess it's not too weird for, like, a vegetable company to have a mascot. It just feels like a little bit wrong. I mean, Del Monte, the tomato place, they don't have a mascot. They just have tomatoes.
What do you think of these two-legged carrots on Skytrap's screen? Oh, never mind.
Those are actually not too unusual when it comes to carrots, especially if they're homegrown carrots. A lot of the times you will have some splits with carrots that end up looking like they have two legs. They're very common.
I did warn the racers that Atari Lynx games tend to soft lock upon game over, so they should all know to reach for the reset button when that happens.
Well, that's great. That's fan-freaking-tastic. I'm so happy about that. By the way, I have lore here, everybody. Revenge of the leftovers. Your kitchen is usually a safe, warm place. Not anymore. The top-secret chemical you stored in your freezer became active when the door was left open. Now the contents of your freezer have come to life, and the effects of this chemical have spread throughout the kitchen. Even you have been transformed, reduced to a little green man. You must boldly go to your freezer and destroy such transformed tidbits as ice demons and killer kung fu carrots. If you fail, your fearsome food will conquer the world. Yeah, that's right. The entire world is at risk because you need to kill some vegetables in your kitchen. Like, I feel like as soon as people are aware that, like, walking food should be murdered, or they'd start murdering it. Like, it's going to be a lot easier to do as a full-sized adult than a little green man.
I don't know how the world could be threatened by the contents of one person's fridge, or at least I don't think I know. And then I recall some of the states of some fridges I've seen in my time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little horrifying what can happen in a fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, honestly, like, all you should do is get to the phone, call your neighbor and be like, hey, I'm a little green man right now, so could you come and close the freezer for me? Thank you. And then that solves the problem. I feel like over the last 4 years, we haven't done great dealing with emergencies, but we've sure done better than accidentally destroying the world by animated food.
You know, until you qualified that with animated food, I'm not entirely sure I can agree with you.
Look, okay, if I ever get beaten by a carrot, I'm giving up, okay? Life is over. Especially these ones.
You say get beaten by a carrot, and I suddenly start thinking about Muse Dash, and I don't know why or if I should feel bad about this.
Muse Dash? I don't know what that is.
It's a rhythm game known for having some interesting videos in the background.
Okay. By the way, everybody, if you're watching, and you are in the Twitch chat, I would like to know, I actually made some audio changes specifically regarding Discord that you may or may not notice. I have to ask, have you noticed if anything is weird Discord-wise, or is everything fine? And if it seems
I'm on the voice
like
call.
Well, yeah, Tristan, that's fine. If you haven't noticed anything different, please say in chat, and if you have noticed that something sounds weird or off, let me know as well. And if it's just this game, then you can say that as well. I'm just gonna ignore you.
I'm just saying, the weird thing on Discord right now is me being on the call.
Yeah. Well, the biggest change that I made was so that Tristan can actually listen to the game music while the game is playing through Discord and doesn't have to hear their own voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like Skytrap finished the freezer. So we're on the fridge there. I think a couple people have gotten that far so far.
Freezer to fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I actually learned recently that a method of messing with people's ability to talk is playing their own voice back at them, but like slightly desynchronized from when they're talking.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that makes it literally impossible to do anything. Like, I've done that before, and it is so funny. Impossible to actually do anything, but you end up taking about twice as long to say any words, and then you have interruptions between the words because your brain just has to try to process, there's this other voice, but it's you, but it's not. But what the crap is going on? Yeah, it looks like 3 out of 4 of our players currently still in the freezer. Skytrap melting. Gross.
Yeah, so far it looks like racers are getting into the fridge and then pretty much immediately getting dunked, which is not unexpected. This game is rude.
This is very rude. Yeah, I have to ask everybody. Actually, no. I have to ask exactly one person. Tristan, what are the stakes for this match? How many points do the players have going into this?
I think this is a 2-point match, so I think 3 people are getting eliminated by Kung Fu.
2, technically. The person who takes 7 points or second place will still be in it, but will have to take first after that. So yeah, 2 people are getting eliminated by Kung Fu. And honestly, you know, like, I feel like a lot of people want something that is genuinely terrible in Kusog7ande, something that, like, unleashes a huge amount of pain. And this group is getting it. This game is very, 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 very bad.
Is it that bad?
Yes. Yeah.
I have this
the music
amazing
stop
propensity
for pixel crimes. What? Is this normal?
What's up?
The music stop for pixel crimes.
There is a music button that they seem to have hit on accident.
Okay. I mean, I can't necessarily complain because I really like Atari sound effects a lot.
I didn't realize the P's had footstep sound effects.
They really like to bite your foot, though.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, one of the option buttons disables and re-enables the music, and I, for the life of me, don't remember if it's option 1 or option 2. So yeah, that happened. Is this part of that diabetes game for the SNES? No, that's a completely different Kusog7ande.
You know, I don't love the music, but I'm happy for it to come back one of these days. Okay, I did let Pixel Crimes know that one of the buttons will turn the music back on, and there we go, we've got it back. I'm fine having peace every once in a while, though, you know, and peas
You're fine having peas every once in a while?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Honestly, like, some people don't like boiled peas. I'm fine with it. They're fine.
What about these peas?
These peas?
Yeah, the peas in Kung Food.
I'd eat them.
How courageous.
Not really. Like, peas are peas. Doesn't matter if they have a soul or not. In fact, maybe it's better if they have a soul. That way I can, you know, banish their soul to wherever souls go after you eat them.
I'm gonna ask someone in chat to quote this. I don't know what part of this needs to be quoted, maybe all of it.
I feel like if you're a mad scientist who has somehow given your food a soul, you are responsible for getting rid of those souls ASAP. You just gotta. But if I come over and eat your food, then I will be contributing and helping, and that's fine. Pixel Crimes is now this thing.
This is the bomb pizza from TMNT, basically. Where you become invincible and just murder anything you touch.
It's beautiful.
I don't know what it's supposed to be, but that's what it is. Power punch. So one of the things that makes this game particularly arduous is basically in every fight you're gonna get hit. Just there's no safe approach to enemies. So like, eventually you just, you know, run out of health and die to attrition, even if you're playing fairly well.
Yeah, you do want to keep note of where there will be health refills. Do not get health refills until you absolutely need them. That way they're not wasted. But other than that, yeah, you just will get hurt. You will not be able to dodge everything. Plan accordingly. Plan for pain. My gosh, Pixel Crimes kill the mashed potatoes! Oh, the max... Never mind. Game over. Game over. Return of Ganon. That's what we've got here.
Ganon's a potato. I have questions.
He's kind of a potato. I mean, especially like tubby Ganon. The tubbier the Ganon, the cuter he is, though. I gotta be honest. You know, as soon as he starts getting abs, not interested. Pig form, sure, you're okay. Like, I'm not even mad that pig form Ganon wants to conquer the world. Go for it.
That is definitely one of the opinions of all time.
So the manual says, run over a power ball to eat it. When eating energy up balls, keep in mind... This is just so good. When eating energy up balls, keep in mind that your energy can only be as high as the top of the energy bar. Eating extra energy will not help you before a fight, but you might need to go back and replenish yourself after a killer tomato spits a few poison seeds at you. Screen 8. Okay. So energy up balls, that is the official name for them. So if I ever say energy up ball, it's canon. You gotta eat your balls before you kick your peas. also want everybody to know that any host for a reality TV show where they have little mini games to determine immunity, they are going to have about 50 clips of them saying balls. And they're kind of the most amazing clips. It's so good. Like Survivor, one of my favorite reality TV shows. Yeah, it was really interesting to start with, and then it got kind of dumb because they focused on drama, and then it became really good because everybody focuses on strategy, and it's just really cool to see like all of the metagame that is Survivor these days. Anyways, Jeff Probst, the host of that, sells balls a lot. They have a lot of games where they mess with them balls. Just gotta roll them, gotta grab them, gotta put the balls into place. People are asking how evolution went this badly. I don't think this is technically evolution.
It's artificial evolution.
Okay. I mean, artificial evolution, I guess, is still evolution, right? Like, things changed and became different over time. It's just that it's because of chemicals.
I mean, ultimately, everything is about chemicals.
Yeah. Oh, you chemistry people. Everything's about chemicals. Da-da-da.
Well, you know, it's the same old thing about, well, everything is chemicals and technically arsenic is organic, so... well, natural.
Well, yeah.
Not organic.
I have to ask. I was trying to think. If you're a deity who cannot get poisoned by arsenic, are you still able to smell it? Like, which genes are closer to like the deity's genes?
I really dig the freeze frame on Flynn's screen right now, by the way.
X. Yeah, we all are aware that Flynn Church's internet, for some reason, is just being a giant patootie, and we don't know why. We will let Flynn Church keep playing. He is making a local recording if we need to go and review it later, so don't worry too much. We are very much aware of the situation here. Yeah, actually, what about, like, the gene about cilantro tasting like soap? Is that, like... If you're a deity, do you think that you might have the gene where cilantro tastes like soap? I don't know. I just get really, like, caught up on these questions, and I don't know what the answer is or if there even is an answer.
That gene bites too. It's like, I used to be a really big fan of taquerias and burritos and stuff, and then my girlfriend moved in and she has that gene, so now...
No! Oh no! Tristan, you just have to go and sneak some every once in a while. Just sneak some, like, burritos and other Mexican food, and don't...
Yeah, every now and then I'll just be like, hey, if you're... I want to get lunch. If you're busy, I'm going to go to the taqueria. Okay, bye. And then just run out the door.
Oh my gosh. Apparently, if you're a deity, you have the gene where soap tastes like cilantro. Now, I'm down with that. I would be eating bars of soap all day. Maybe that's why I don't have that specific gene. You know what? What if you do like the taste of soap? I imagine people eat weird stuff. I know plenty of people who have a very odd palate where certain things they like. There has to be somebody who enjoys eating soap.
Fred is on the potato. This might represent like the furthest anyone has gotten. The furthest I've seen while just kind of looking around for stuff to talk about has been the potato.
Yeah, I think Pixel Crimes made it here as well. And unfortunately, the Potato Men destroyed him. Which is understandable. They're the Potato Men's. For those who are asking in chat, by the way, this is a 2-point match, which means that Tristan has been unusually cruel And I love it. Honestly, I feel like, oh my gosh, there's always a meme, you know, in Kusog7ande. It's like, okay, let's find something nice for the people who didn't do well for the first match, and then we give out some of the worst games imaginable to those matches. I did that with Conan the Barbarian one time. Yeah.
So my secret is I do something I don't think any other GM does. I pick what games I'm going to give out before I look at the points or who's in the match.
I usually have no idea who I'm going to be given to as well. I try not to think about those things. But
Yeah.
if I do notice that it's somebody I know, then I'm like, let's go ahead and find something that I know is going to be their weakness. Like, here's the deal. There always is, like, we've had a lot of conversations, you know, because sometimes our friends come and join the tournament, and we're like, you know, we want to make sure that you're not giving something that is, like, abnormally beneficial to that specific friend. During the group stage, you might be able to give something to them, but, you know, once we get to the bracket, you're not going to be giving anything to your friends because it's absolutely not okay. But as it turns out, being a friend of any of the Kuso GMs is more of a liability than anything else, because we know what hurts you. And we know what you do not want to play, and you're going to play it.
I've known one person in particular that was in the player pool for a couple of years prior, for 20 years, and I suspect some of my game picks might have strained that friendship a little bit, even though I did pick them before even knowing they were in my various matches.
I feel like I've lost friendship over other video games, but nothing from Kusog7ande. I've gained some friendships for better or for worse. Oh my gosh. I love that the carrots just live in these bags, the carrot bags, bag of carrots. Or is it the tomatoes that live in there?
Carrots live in there.
Oh, okay. Also,
They're just
what's
chilling
on top of the, like, tomato's head? Why?
The, like a leaf?
That's not a natural leaf for a tomato to have. I mean, okay, yeah, right. They also have souls, so, I mean, there's that.
It's a toupee, okay.
A toupee. So, looking at the strategy in the manual, there are some hints about how to play this, okay? Hint number 1, destroy everything that moves. Gotcha. Number 2, when you are in a low kick position with a column of angry vegetables coming towards you, hold down the A button for non-stop kicking action. That actually is kind of a helpful tip. If this game has a little bit of auto fire in certain positions, just abuse it. You absolutely should. If you have time, walk behind cans and other objects. You never know what you might find. And that may be the most helpful hint in this game, because a lot of power-ups are hidden behind other objects in the scenery. You should be going behind objects and looking to see if you can find power-ups. I've seen some players do that.
Another really good freeze frame for Flynn.
Okay, I get the tomatoes now. Like, that pose right there, that's all I needed to see. Gotta have the cool hair, it's good. If an endless number of evil edibles starts coming out of a bag or box, you can destroy the bag or box if you can get to it. If you don't, you will quickly become outnumbered. And finally, don't eat every energy up ball when you come to it. Do not eat all your balls too early. It does no good to eat excess energy before a fight when the fight will deplete your energy. So if you have full life or enough life, leave the balls and come back for them. But don't scroll them off the screen or you will lose them forever. Okay, yeah, that's a big thing as well. Like, grab them before you move on, but you can wait for a little while. Wow!
I love that sound effect. It's every time you pick up a power-up.
It's so good.
Uh-huh.
So, I gotta ask, what is your favorite type of food?
Oh,
Like,
probably pho.
pho is fantastic. Yeah. I don't think that's like what I'm going. If presented with various choices, like I always like pho, but I rarely go out of my way to get it. But it's really good.
It is.
Yeah. Metanucky's asking if this is the Jolly Green Giant, and funny story, it's not. This is a mad scientist who turned into a small vegetable. In fact, this isn't even a giant at all. It's like a Lilliputian.
It's a very built Lilliputian.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, real talk. You end up in Lilliput, and this built-ass brick house comes walking up to you with this angry grimace on his face. Do you feel intimidated?
No, I step on him. Come on. Get stepping. Get stomping. Bam, bam, bam. Squish him. Come on. I'm sure he's squishable. I've seen him die multiple times. He's very fragile. Bam. So dead. You know what? If you take out their war leader, what are they going to do? They better surrender. I'm going to step on more of them.
Historical precedent states that you're fine as long as you don't go to sleep in their territory.
Just gotta drink more coffee, you know. You visit. That or like step 5 steps outside of the city. They'll never get to you, you know? They're so
When you're in
small.
the danger zone, just drink a bunch of coffee is like the entire plot of the Nightmare on Elm Street NES game.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember what my dreams were last night, because I had some interesting dreams. I don't think they were Kusog7ande related, but every once in a while I do have like a Kusog7ande dream where I'm like, crap, I gotta get everything ready, but I'm not ready. Oh no, my computer's not working right. Oh no, everybody needs trash and I can't give it to them. What are we gonna do? And they're so stressful. I'm just like, I want people to suffer, but they can't suffer because I haven't been prepared.
Pixel Crimes has reached the fridge with 2 lives and a fart of health. We'll see how this
pretty
goes.
Substantial, actually. Okay, there we go. Pixel Crimes finding this thing.
What is this? I don't know what this is supposed to be.
I don't know either. Let me see if
you
the
also
manual
can't
says.
attack the carrot bags while in this state.
Yeah, that, like, you can hurry and trim down the carrots, you know, especially if there's a large number, but the spawners, that's the biggest thing that you gotta deal with really, really quickly.
Yeah, like Pixel Crimes just lost an entire life to getting stomped on by a carrot while trying to kill the bag.
Okay, so apparently that is just invincibility. It makes you food proof for a limited time. Yep. That's it. There you go. Technically, like, if you collide with carrots, I guess they die, but unfortunately, colliding with food spawners, it's just too bad.
Alright, I believe Pixel Crimes will be getting past the potato at this point, so that should be the high mark of progress.
Yeah, Pixel Crimes absolutely did it right. Go after the food spawner ASAP. Don't worry about the other enemies, you know. You're going to take damage. Don't worry about them too much. Just get rid of the potatoes. And yeah, ducking and kicking actually allows you to have sort of a built-in auto-fire for the game. And it's really useful. At this point, you know, Pixel Crimes looks like he has learned how to play this game. The other players, you know, are still trying to figure out how to make any reliable progress. Flint Church is figuring out how the internet was made, and is also still in the freezer. Like, I feel like Pixel Crimes has the best chance of making it to round 3 at this point. 2 people are getting eliminated. Who is? I don't know, but 2 of them will be.
Flynn has gotten to the fridge, but I have no idea how far into the fridge he's gotten. It's a little difficult to keep track. We have triple potato on Pixel Crimes' screen.
Oh my gosh.
Which just, oh, so many potato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, Pixel Crimes got rid of the spawners, but unfortunately there are lots of really potatoey men there. Honestly, I went to the hot springs, okay, earlier this week. This is what a bunch of the people looked like just like this.
Oh no.
It's sort of a funny thing, Tristan. Have you been to hot springs before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, one important thing to note is that there are hot springs fans, okay? People love hot springs, but almost everybody who's a fan of hot springs looks exactly like the potato men in this game. I don't know, it's like the fat, white men are the big hot springs visitors, and that's fine. I got to hear biker stories from one of them. It was really, really fun. But yeah, that's your average, I go to the hot springs every week type of dude. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely a riot to talk to random people. Tristan, the pandemic has made it like so I don't really talk to a whole lot of people, and you know, I realize things are still fairly ongoing. I was able to go to the hot springs, and I'm really glad, and I just love to hear random stories from other people. So he told me about like all these times that he went to, like, he was in a biker gang and different bars that he went to and stories that happened there, and I'm like, you have led a wild life, my friend.
Yeah, I like that kind of thing. I used to, when I lived in California, I used to go to diners at like 3 to 4 in the morning just to hear the stories of some of the people who showed up at them at 3 and 4 in the morning.
Oh,
because you get the people who would go to like do the club scene and then like show up and sort of sober up in a diner, and then there's this falling edge of coming out of a drunken haze where you get like really social again.
Yeah, that's also called anybody at 4 in the morning who has been up all night and suddenly just hit their second wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are noting, by the way, that this level that Pixel Crimes is on just keeps going.
Yeah, the fridge is huge. There are only 5 levels in this game, to my recollection.
Fridges are bigger than freezers most of the time, unless you get like a deep freezer. Or like a dedicated freezer, so it makes sense that this level is like 2 or 3 times as long, I guess. Yay, Justin got me more coffee. Thank you, Justin. Aww. Yeah, now I can fight some more food. I do
This is not how one does a food fight.
Are you sure? I think it helps.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
The last time I got into a fight, the last time I got into a fight with food, it was trying to pick a lobster out of the tank at a seafood restaurant.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, the crabs fight back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, oh my gosh, on the Huffix grudge match, we had some crab battles in one of the games. It was great.
Who won? Okay.
Yeah.
So, lobsters are quite capable of fighting back, especially spiny lobsters. They will mess you up.
I can imagine.
When I lived in Florida, I would go to the Keys every summer, and we'd just go lobster diving, and you grab the wrong lobster, and you're gonna come out of that with some cuts.
By the way, I'm looking at the developer for this game. You know, it was obviously published by Atari. Technically, a smaller company, Lore Design Limited, made this game. They were only developers for a few years. They also made Bubble Trouble, Highlander, The Last of the McLeods, and then Fat Bobby. And we've had Bubble Trouble on Kusog7ande before. We had Fat Bobby as well, but somebody somehow accidentally entered a cheat mode into it, and we have no idea how.
Pixel Crimes has reached the boss.
Oh, it's a buttered tater.
So this brings up something that we haven't talked about. Every stage is on a time limit.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, there is 7 seconds, 6, 5. Uh-oh.
Blip.
So is it...
Running out of time is an instant game over.
No! Oh, that's not nice. At the same time, that's amazing.
So Pixel Crimes has reached the giant, weird, yellow potato in the fridge. That's definitely the lead. I have no idea where anyone else is, largely because I can't tell where Flynn is.
Flynn is hiding behind a can in the kitchen. I mean, in the fridge. Which, by the way, why do you have all of these closed cans in the fridge?
I don't know. When I picked up one of the roommates I live with, they used to keep jars of pasta sauce, like sealed jars of pasta sauce in the fridge, and I'm like, why?
That's weird.
It is weird.
You don't do that. No. Pasta sauce belongs in the pantry, okay? Until you use it. If you've opened it, you can go ahead and put it in the fridge. But nobody eats cold pasta sauce.
I don't know a single person who thinks either cold, like, tomato pasta or reheated tomato pasta is good. It's like one of the few universal things about, like, cuisine that I'm aware of.
Except there are some cold tomato soups. And also V8.
Yeah.
But you don't put V8 on your pasta.
No, that would that would be weird.
Yeah, everybody, the FDA has warned against putting NyQuil on chicken. I'm also going to add V8 on pasta, okay? That is also a warning that should be issued. Probably not as severe, but, like, just, like, concern. It's a concern, okay?
I don't understand the chain of events that led to the FDA having to advise people not to marinate your chicken in NyQuil. What happened?
There was a joke TikTok account where they would make food, and this specific group would, like, pretend that they were making something super tasty and make something absolutely horrifying and revolting. Like, I'm trying to remember. I think they put sprinkles in a waffle maker, like sprinkles that you put on top of a cake, right? They got a whole bunch of sprinkles and put it in a waffle maker, and it was the most disgusting type of waffle I have ever seen in my life. And they're like, oh, so delicious. And yeah, they did the NyQuil chicken, and the chicken ended up looking green by the end. Horrifying. But unfortunately, you know, there are probably some people who are either going to do it jokingly, or honestly, the more that people joke about something, the more likely somebody is going to be like, let's actually do this.
Social media was a mistake.
I feel like... I'm going to say that people have been doing this, like, since the beginning of humanity, tricking people into eating dumb stuff.
Well, I mean, there was one of the Swedish Mealtime YouTube accounts. There were two of them. One was, like, actually doing real culinary stuff with a funny gimmick, and the other was stealing their style and making garbage. And that was years ago.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, like, I think the reality of everything is that humans get bored very easily, and so anything that keeps us entertained is probably going to be worthwhile. That's sort of like my theory why so many people were like, sure, I'll go ahead and join this random crusade. Nothing else to do except, like, rake this dirt. I've been raking dirt, just raking. Lots of dirt to rake. Let's go ahead.
Most of the commoners who joined the Crusades were basically promised absolution for, like, a lifetime of sin for doing it.
I mean,
it's a little different.
Absolution versus I'm raking dirt for the rest of my life? Sure, I'll go and die in war. Better than raking dirt. It's so much better than raking dirt. Now, really, boredom is a huge motivating emotion in humanity. I'd say that it's possibly the most important motivating emotion that we have. Because we get bored easily, and then we make new stuff or do really stupid stuff. That's how humanity works. And so
I know I've done some really stupid stuff when bored. Yeah.
Yeah. I would actually say that, like, social media, no matter how sucky it is, probably has reduced a lot of boredom that people have had. I'd say that there are definitely some good things to have out of it, but you still will occasionally get bored, and that's when you end up making NyQuil chicken, and that's just not good. Don't make NyQuil chicken, everybody.
All right, let me cut in here. It looks like Dolores Fred and Skytrap are at the same point in the fridge. Unfortunately, as soon as I said that, Skytrap went down. Oh, commentator's curse. So they're both on the same stretch of fridge where you have 2 carrot bags on the right. It looks like Fred is going to get a little bit further here.
I think so. I'm pretty sure Dolores Fred is in second.
Yeah.
It's hard to see exactly where Flynn Church has made it to because we're getting... This is like less of a PowerPoint presentation and more like... Do you remember those old videos that they showed in school, like the early 90s, where they'd show you a frame, a still image, and have a tape playing in the background, and then it would go beep, and that's when you move to the next image? That's what we have here. This is proto-PowerPoint.
This is PowerPoint, except someone's drawing it on an overhead projector by hand.
Oh no, Tristan. Let me just say, when I went to grad school, I'm trying to remember. I started, I think it was 2012 through 2014. I had one classroom where the only technology we had was an overhead projector. And I'm like, what is wrong with this? This is, no. Like, if I wanted to actually, like, show stuff using any sort of, like, modern technology, I'd have to borrow it and carry it all the way to my classroom, like this projector, and hope that it was working that day. Otherwise, I could go and print off transparent sheets. I could print those off and do a freaking overhead projector thing. I would just, like, show up and complain to the class and tell everybody how much this classroom sucked and how little they cared about the humanities. Yeah.
Fred is extremely close to game over. I don't know if he's checked behind that can yet. There may be health behind the can.
Oh, the carrot just kicked Fred's crotch. Can you believe it?
That's alright, he wasn't using it.
Well,
I mean, there's...
wasn't using what, per se? The crotch?
We'll go with that, yes.
I mean, this is Kusog7ande. We're only limited to, like, 3 crotch uses a day, you know? And this isn't gonna be one of them.
Fred has reached a triple potato zone.
Yeah, I think this is second place for Dolores Fred.
Unless Flynn has gotten somewhere I'm not aware of, I think so, yes. I'm gonna have to go back and just, like, look through the entire local recording from Flynn and figure that out.
Yeah, Flynn can also tell us, like, how far he made it or believes that he's made it, and we can go ahead and double check. Like, Flynn doesn't feel like they made it that far and doesn't remember the triple potatoes. It's probably a pretty good sign that Flynn didn't make it there. But yeah, this is why we ask at times for people to do local recordings, because when Twitch just decides that you're going to be this, or Comcast decides this, or heck, I don't know. I don't know
Satan.
what Satan.
Satan decided this. I don't know why.
I feel like Satan is very anti-internet. I gotta be honest.
Why do you say that? I think Satan's pro-internet. Like, LaVey Satanism is basically the disdain for stupidity. Then again, I guess the internet can make you stupid.
let me just say, if the internet had been invented probably 10 years earlier, I might not have even been born, Mormon. Like, that's why I say that the internet is... Well, then again, I don't know. I'm not sure if Satan is pro or anti-Mormon. He might be very nonchalant about it, but no, like, education is extremely important on the internet.
I mean, if you're going by biblical canon, we ended up in this entire situation because of education.
Yeah. Maybe it depends on, like, what you think Satan's values are. If Satan values, like, getting you away from organized religion, then yeah, the internet is very pro-Satan.
Fred is still going. This is a decent run-up. We may see the boss on Fred's screen, at which point I would probably have to start counting boss hits to figure out who won.
The golden potato. Other people are wondering what they have wandered into. This is Kusog7ande, the bad video game tournament. Right now, we are 49 minutes into Kung Food. Once this match is done, by the way, I believe I'm going to be playing more Castlevania DOS because I really want to get at least 1 or 2 decent-ish runs done on that, I think. Or if people really want to see something else, maybe I can do something else. But, like, Castlevania DOS is interesting to me right now.
I've had this wild idea for what I kind of want to get a hold of and see if I can learn for the next BBG. And I don't know how unwise of an idea it is because it's another Jeff game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, last year I submitted Allergia and Lustra as a BBG run, which was a Jeff game. Now I kind of want to learn Peggy the Peach.
You know what? It's actually almost impossible to find Peggy the Peach online these days, so if you do not have a copy, you may be in a bit of a rough spot. I do have some of the developers' later games, which are essentially just Peggy the Peach with different characters. So, like, he's still releasing games. It's just he takes down his old games, adds more levels, adds different playable characters, and bam, you've got a new game. I don't want to spoil too much about that, though, because I have a feeling that it will make an appearance.
Fred.
You were so close, Fred! But that is out of time. You are a melted ooze man. Peggy the Peach needs to be preserved in the cans! In the cans, everybody! Peggy!
I'm gonna declare Fred to have gotten a really far trademark into the fridge.
You know, it gives you like a 7-minute estimate on level 1. You've got over 6-7 minutes on level 2. This is a lot of time, and yet it is still a crunch to get through there. These levels are so long. Pixel Crimes, thank you for giving us a moment of peace. I hope
How are you holding up
has
with the music
enjoyed
this
that.
time?
It's actually not as bad as I remember it.
Okay.
Like, this is actually... Oh my gosh, it's been about 3 or 4 years since we've had this game, and back then, the music, I felt, was terrible. But now, it's actually very neutral compared to what we get in Kusog7ande.
This gives you an appreciation for music, huh?
Oh, we've gotten so much worse since then. This gives me an appreciation for, like, how bad is bad. Like, this music is more silly than bad, I'd say. Like, all the sound effects might be bothering the players, but they don't bother me. I'm an Atari friend, and I have actually lived through Spiss Popped, which has some of the worst music of all time. I've lived through Tasmania Game Gear. I've survived through those, so what is a little kung food?
Have I exposed you to the soundtrack of Deep Dungeon Madao Senki?
No?
God, the only reason I bring that up is I'm 99% sure I will never find a way to get that into Kusog7ande, but that is the worst soundtrack of any video game I have ever heard.
Okay, you're gonna have to link me. I need it. Oh, people are very concerned about the squirting on Finn's screen, which is understandable. That is a big ol' squirt. Maybe this game is too lewd for Twitch. I don't know.
I'm counting myself lucky that Flynn was not facing the other direction at the freeze frame. I believe everyone is going to have one more attempt at making progress. Of the 3 people that we've been able to see, the placements are Pixel Crimes, then Fred, then Skytrap, and I think, like, if you made me shot call this, I would say Flynn may be in 3rd, but we need to see. I'm guessing, frankly.
By the way, yeah, Tristan, at some point you may need to bother me about Peggy the Peach, because I probably have Peggy the Peach 1 and 3 somewhere saved on some hard drive. So bother me sometime. I would like to get them to you so that it can be preserved, since the developer has taken the game down. I feel like we should get some sort of preservation for Peggy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, where
that
are
stuff
they?
Needs
I don't
to be...
remember, but they're probably somewhere on my hard drives. With that said, we're under 5 minutes left for this game. Tomatoes are rolling around on Skytraps and Pixel Crimes screens. Like, at this point, I feel like Flynn Church has the biggest chance of actually having a comeback. Flynn Church, if he can make it to the boss before time is up, this could be 2nd place and maybe even 1st place. And yeah, we might have 1st place via PowerPoint. We would have to have him load the entire stream to YouTube or something like that so that we can review it. But yeah, Flynn is making a really good push.
Do you remember the Kusog7ande Desu match from Kusog7ande 3, where the person in the lead had their internet go out at 5 minutes left?
No.
Someone had to pull out, like, their roommate pulled out their cell phone and streamed from their cell phone over their shoulder to Twitch the final 5 minutes of the match. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh! How have I forgotten that? That sounds great!
I want to say RBW was involved in that somehow.
We have a lot of strange things that happen in Kusog7ande. And honestly, like, as long as we get some, like, live evidence or a recording that we can verify that, yes, this is the game that you were playing on stream and you didn't go back and record after the fact, yeah, if we can verify that, then we'll go ahead and deal with you having a bad internet connection during that day. But yeah, Flynn Church, 4 lives, moving on to the Tomato Gauntlet, right where Pixel Crimes is, actually.
Mm-hmm. If you beat this level and game over on the next, do you go back to this level? No. If you game over anywhere, you start the game over.
Yeah! What do you think this is? Modern gaming? No, this is Atari Lynx. Go back to the beginning of the game, you nerds.
Yeah. Most of the Lynx games don't have any form of continuation.
In fact, they have a button specifically designed to reset the entire console. I mean, it is a handheld console, but yeah, one button is just reset. Most handheld consoles like Game Boy, Game Gear, literally anything else did not have a reset button on it. Oh, there we go. Pixel Crimes is at the Golden Tater boss. That means that Flynn Church is actually right before that. Flynn may have moved into 2nd place.
Yeah, that would make it very easy to tell placements.
This is silly. This is a silly match.
If we see a frame on Flynn's screen with the golden potato, yeah. Oh, Pixel Crimes has made it to stage 3. We're now on the floor.
This is
5-second rule applies. Yeah, this level bites. The water on the floor just instantly generates you.
Yeah, I'm really sad that we haven't seen more of the floor, but at the same time, we never get to see a lot of the floor. Ooh, Flynn Church. I think that's a game over.
Yeah, that's a game over. Unfortunately, we didn't see where he got.
But we know Pixel Crimes wins. We know that much.
The last frame I saw from Flynn, I believe, is after where Fred got. So I believe placements are Pixel Crimes, Flynn, Fred, and Skytrap, but I may want to double check that.
Yeah, we'll want Flynn to upload the entire stream to either Twitch or YouTube later so that we can watch it. Welcome to video games, everybody. Sometimes Twitch is worse than the games. It's an Amazon company, you know how it goes. Okay, I don't like the game over music. I'm turning that off. And it is time! Everybody put your hands together for all of the players who have suffered with us today. They have done an amazing job. And at this point, we can definitely say Pixel Crimes is the victor here. Let me go ahead and see if we can welcome Pixel Crimes into chat with us. Other than that, like, Flint Church and Duller's Fred were very close to each other. Skytrap was making some good pushes. I don't think it's enough to get out of 3rd or 4th, though, meaning that Skytrap appears to be eliminated. And between Fred and Flint Church may have taken 2nd. I do believe it's probably going to be Skytrap and Dolores Fred eliminated, unfortunately. But that's the way things go. So let me see how Pixel Crimes feel. We'll go ahead and welcome them to come and chat. Hello there, Pixel Crimes. Congratulations. You definitely took the victory today.
Well, I'm shocked, but awesome.
Shocked, but awesome. Oh, welcome to the true Kuso experience. Yeah. Why are you shocked?
I don't know. I have not had a lot of Kuso success in the past, so I just sort of assumed that other people would be ahead of me.
I mean, that's sort of the Kuso experience. I do think that, you know, we've seen a little bit of level 3 before in previous matches, but most of the time, you know, we either see people end their runs on the fridge or very, very early on the floor, and that's where you made it. It's very, very early on the floor. It's good enough to give you a 1st place, and I think you should be pretty happy about that.
All right, so Flynn, by Flynn's own account, it looks like he did beat the 2nd boss in between frames in there.
So
we can verify that through any means we need to, but it looks like the placement is going to be Pixel Crimes, then Flynn, then Fred, and then Skytrap.
Yeah, which means that unfortunately Fred and Skytrap are eliminated from the tournament. Of course, we will go and verify just to make sure that Flynn Church did make more visible progress than anybody else. From what we saw, though, it did appear to be that way anyway. We had the most PowerPoint of presentations ever, let me tell you. Like, it was about a frame every minute or 2. It was a strong PowerPoint.
Yeah, Flynn says he beat the Golden Potato Man and then timed out during the stage fade out.
Are you serious?
That's what he says. We'll have to double check.
That's so
that's
funny. But what do you think about the game, Pixel Crimes? Food fight, or no, Kung Food. that one.
It's perfectly dreadful is how I would describe this game. I mean, you've got all of the ingredients for a really unpleasant experience. You've got the Atari Lynx. You've got some like really unpleasant. What is it like? I lost the word. But I feel like I can get hit from above and below, but I can only hit enemies on the same sort of plane as me. There's the word. Plane is the word I'm looking for. This game deleted my vocabulary. I guess that's all I really have to say about it. This game destroyed my vocabulary.
No more words, only feels. Yeah, that's about right. You did, like, I feel like this is one of those kind of epic games that is just really, really bad. It's not one that I would necessarily want to get and play. So, like, occasionally, most of the time, I think GMs try to look for something that's going to be sort of a strange, fun experience for people who took fourth on the first round. But sometimes you get Kung Food, and you got the Kung Food.
I think we went through a few different options before our GM could find something that worked for everybody, and I think that's kind of how you end up with Kung Food.
Yeah, I think specifically Tristan had one game, somebody vetoed it, and so Tristan just gave out Kung Food instead. Like, it wasn't that deep. But at the same time, sometimes, like, when I go and choose a game, it's just like, what do I want to be entertained by? And I don't really think about, like, how well people did in the previous match or anything. I think, what do I want to watch? And sometimes it's absolute pain. With that said, was there anything redeemable about this game?
I thought that I thought that the way that the game kind of hid some ability circles, whatever the manual called them, those little power pellets on the upper area in the first level of the fridge was a sort of nice a nice reprieve for people who had been to the second part of the fridge and maybe remembered, oh yeah, there is up and down in this area.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I thought that was like a, it's a few degrees short of Mega Man showing you the enemy and teaching you how it works and then introducing you to 5 of them on the same screen, but it's in the same ballpark.
That's true. I do think that there's one saving grace in the game in that they have a lot of pickups for you. You're able to get, like, a lot of health back. Thank goodness. If not for that, like, this game would... I don't think people would have seen past the second stage, maybe even not even past the first stage. All of those balls that you got to collect, that's the important thing.
The 4 carrot bag area with the 2 extra lives in front of it is like, okay, this level was too hard, just throw some extra pickups at the player and hope they figure it out.
I also have to ask, because, like, audio is very important in a lot of games, and this is a very Atari game. What did you think about the sound effects and the soundtrack in it?
I felt regret about volunteering to provide my audio, because then once y'all let me know, hey, you should press option to turn the audio back on, I was like, okay, for the people, I will put the music back on, but I won't enjoy it. I mean, I don't know if you can hear it right now, but I'm listening to this rad Game Over track with my bones on the screen, and it is just, it's pure, it's like somebody took a Deep Purple song and just compressed it about 300 times.
I'm not listening to it right now, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Back when we had this about 3 or 4 years ago, I complained a lot about the music, but then listening to it today, I was like, this is actually very, like, middle road when it comes to music that I've heard on Kusog7ande. It's, like, I would say that for the uninitiated, the sound and music is really bad, but for those who have played a lot of bad games, it's actually kind of okay.
I guess I'll need to expand my pain threshold.
No,
then.
I mean, maybe, but yeah, I feel like I've been broken when it comes to audio. This is very, like, you can tell that it's Atari based off of all the sounds, but it's not good, but it's at least, like, recognizable as music.
I will give it this. After about 20 or 30 minutes, it does that thing that a lot of repetitive video game soundtracks do for me, where it sort of comes back around, and I go, oh, you know what? One of two things is happening. Either this isn't so bad, or I've been so saturated by it that I just don't mind it anymore. It lives here now, and so do I guess.
Yeah, there's some soundtracks that, like, after they play for so long, I just get angry and angry and angry. But this one, it becomes less noticeable, like, honestly. So I would say that music-wise, could have been better, but it could have been far worse. Oh. So, yeah, Pixel Crimes, congratulations again. You know, you took last place during your first match, but you took first place during this one, which means that you have that shot of making it to the bracket. I want to know, what else are you streaming these days? Do you have anything else over at your channel?
Yeah, we've been streaming a lot of Breath of Fire 4, or Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, rather.
I want to play that sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that game.
It's fantastic. We're almost through the first playthrough of it. If you do come by on Tuesday evenings, no spoilers, please. But I have, for the sake of my co-host's sanity, I've recorded a bunch of footage and sped up or cut out some of the battles. And once in a while, I even throw in a terrible original song. So.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, Tuesday I do have Don't Make Us Bored, but not every week. Sometimes we do take a week off, so I definitely should check that out sometime. Yeah.
Multi-Twitch, folks. Watch Don't Make Us Bored and Pixel Crimes.
Yeah, I actually, like, I do recommend, you know, go and watch the streams that you want, and honestly, everybody here, I hope that you're making friendships and that you're supporting other people who have played, because there's so many various content creators who are involved in Kusog7ande, both as players as well as GMs. Well, I think that's all that I have. Thank you so much, Pixel Crimes. Tristan, any last thoughts?
Don't veto my games.
Hey, it wasn't me. That's all I'll say. But thanks very much for having me and for putting on this fantastic tournament every so often. It's a ton of fun to play in and to watch. So
I'm really glad. Thank you so much. Take care, both of you.
Bye.
Bye. Well, everybody, Kusog7ande is done for the day, but I'm not done. I do want to do a stream. Personally, let me go ahead and make sure like there's nothing too embarrassing. I'm gonna switch over to my own stream setup, and let's go ahead and get that